Hi there, and welcome back to TheSimmersNook, or welcome if you're new here. So this is part 3 of the skill building mansion that I'm doing. This was such a big feat. I think I had probably over 6 or 8 hours of footage, and that was already accelerated because I already accelerate my footage sometimes when I'm recording time lapses. You can bet that I did over 20 hours on this thing. Yes, this is part 3 where we're gonna be doing the upstairs. So the first floor we're gonna complete that, then we're gonna do the magic tower, and all the rest of the exterior is done. So the only thing that's left is the basement, and on the basement we're just gonna stick all the abilities that we couldn't stick upstairs or outside. Actually, this is the part where the house gets a little bit more crazy, so I hope you like this. If you haven't seen the previous videos, I recommend you watch it. In the first part we're building the exterior of the house, of the magic tower, the greenhouse, and all the landscaping, so everything like the inside of the greenhouse, chicken coops, pool, all of that is built on the first part. Then on the second part, we're doing the first floor of the house. I had a little bit of a harder time figuring out the layout of the house. It's just so big. So we're concentrating on that on the second part. And also I'm telling you a little bit about all the skills that you can build on The Sims 4 so we can recap together. But there I just told you about the Sims 4 base game skills, so I didn't want to overwhelm you with that. But in this one, and this one is going to be pretty big, I'm going to tell you about the rest of the skills you can build with the rest of the packs. Obviously that's going to be incremented by the horse rent that's coming, and also I might probably go back on this lot and rearrange it because it was actually a lot for my boyfriend, and before he uses it again I think I'm going to have to quickly change it once I get the horseback. And by the way, we're going to do things with horseback. I just haven't got it yet. I'm waiting for my paycheck, but on the upcoming videos I would like to do like a little series of things, not a normal playthrough because I kind of find that a little bit boring. I want to give it a little bit of a twist, something special. If you're interested, make sure you stay tuned, you subscribe and hit that notification thing. Okay, oh, and also before I continue, I want to tell you that at the end of this video, like the good last 10 minutes or so, is a walk through the entire build. It's so big that if I wanted to show it to you all complete in like a little video clip, it was just so long. So yeah, a good part of this video is just a tour, and I kind of want to talk through it, so stay tuned for that. Or if you're just here to see the result, then you can skip up to that. I'm gonna have it marked on the timeline. So let's start with the skills of the rest of the packs so I can tell you where I included them. This is also why I'm telling you this. I'm not only telling you so we can recap the skills together, but also because this way I can tell you, oh yes, I put this here and here, in case you don't load this lot, so you know. Okay, so I'm gonna start reading from the wiki. Well, this is the wiki page from The Sims 4. So if something is missing, it's just because it's missing here. Outdoor Retreat introduced herbalism. The herbalism skill is built by identifying herbs after collecting them and brewing remedies on the grill or stove. So for this one, I didn't really include anything. I don't remember if you can learn herbalism with a book. You can with most skills. For the herbalism thing, you have like herbs spread around the world. So I didn't feel the need to add anything for this. Some of these skills are like kind of just you have to go into the world and explore, or you can just read a book for that. Some of those I just put like that unless I really wanted to build like a room dedicated to it. Moving on. Get to Work introduced baking. Increasing your baking skill will unlock new baked goods for your oven and cupcake factory. Of course, this will be included in the kitchen, and it seems redundant to add anything else, but I kind of wanted to add the cupcake factory because although I know it's like a bit of a weird item that no one uses because it's so big, even if you up your skill, you just get like 5 more cupcakes and they're all kind of the same, so it's a little bit boring. I thought it would be fun to introduce it in the basement because the basement is so big, and I kind of wanted to add everything that I usually don't use, also of course to build up skills. So it's there, the baking factory downstairs, but obviously you could improve this skill just with your normal kitchen. It was just a fun thing to add in the basement because I kind of added like a bar with its its own kitchen. Kind of looks more like a restaurant kitchen in case you wanted to have people over and, you know, have a little bit more fun. It's like a little club down there, to be honest, like the main room. And yes, in the back, like I had some storage in the cupcake factory. I thought it was fun. Okay, Spa Day introduced wellness. Wellness is primarily increased through meditation, yoga, and massages. Increasing the skill will unlock new yoga poses, massage types. Why can't I say massage today? Massage types and some transcendent meditation techniques. So I didn't know this, by the way. I've played with wellness. I never just upped it to 10. I didn't know that you could teleport, by the way. If you increase your skill up to the max, you can teleport with wellness. I didn't know that. Just throwing it out there because it's pretty dope. And I want to try it out in my next gameplay. But lately I've been building so much I haven't been playing like gameplay with Sims. For the wellness, I didn't do a wellness area per se, and where it kind of fit me the best to put the yoga mat and the meditation cushion was on the balcony. We have a pretty big balcony and we have a little space with a little cinema, like the thing from the kids' kit. I think it's a kit or the patio kit. I'm not sure. I put that out there so you could have like some nice family time out there, but also some relaxing time. There's also like a barbecue and some chairs, but there's also the yoga mat and the meditation pillow because I thought it will be quite a nice relaxing place to have with a nice view and all. Get Together introduced two skills, dancing and DJ mixing. But basically for dancing you can do it in the dance floor or just like dance a normal setting where you have music on with a stereo basically. It says here that you can also practice it in a mirror and a DJ booth. You can just do it by playing on the DJ, and I think you can also read it by a book. This I introduced downstairs. I told you in the basement I built kind of like a bar pub little space. And there I put the dance floor, I put the bar of course, and I put the DJ mixing station. In city living we introduced singing, and you can use the karaoke machine, instruments, or the microphone. With that you can sing in the shower, serenade other Sims. With higher skill you can write lyrics and license your songs, and that kind of works like books, that you can like receive a little bit of money every day, and it gets cheaper and cheaper I think until it stops. Okay, for singing, you might remember if you have seen previous part. If not, I did like a big music area in the entrance of the house. I built like a stage. I thought that maybe if they invited over people, it would be kind of fun to have that big space there. I think there's also a karaoke machine. And there's a piano, guitars, all of the instruments are there, I believe, except the organ that is downstairs. And moving that to the organ, vampires introduced the pipe organ skill that of course can be improved in the pipe organ, and that is downstairs. As I said, in the pub area, I thought to introduce a pipe organ there. Why not? I had it in another place, but then in the end I moved it there. And then vampires also introduced vampire lore that you can like just research in the computer or in books. And of course I didn't add anything for this specifically because you can just do it in a computer in any sort of bookcase where you can buy the vampire lore books. Bowling night introduced bowling, of course. So bowling, I heard some people just kind of don't like this pack or anything, but I gotta tell you, I barely have used this pack throughout the years, and I had so much fun building the bowling alley downstairs. Yes, I had to put it. It just seemed like a cool room to have. The bowling alley takes so much space that is kind of a nightmare, but it was fun to introduce it down there. And actually that room, like it took me a little bit to figure out, is one of my favorites. I had so much fun playing with bright colors and, you know, just making a little bit of a private bowling area for you, the Sims that live here. I love the magic tower and I love the result, but it was also kind of stressful because I built in around space. But I'll tell you a little bit more about the building and all later in the tour because I don't want to jump into that. I want to keep going with the skills. Then we have parenting introduced with parenthood. You can just build a skill with taking care of your child or a book. Nothing much to say for this. I did a couple of kids' bedrooms upstairs. Well, actually, I did a big kids' bedroom. We didn't have infants back then. I did a room that you can put the baby in the meantime, and then I moved it on to children. So there are actually lacking like the changing table and all of that. Of course, you can just delete something and put it there. You can build your skill here by having children, or you can just just research it in books as usual. Then cats and dogs introduced pet training and veterinarian. I think I did it later, but I introduced stuff for pets later on because I didn't remember first. And basically, yeah, for pet training, of course, you have just to train your pets, and that skill goes up. You can also, I think, study it in a book because you can always do that. I'm kind of assuming, because some skills I haven't tested, if you can learn them by reading a book. And then a veterinarian skill. And this is one of the few career options that is actually a skill too. I think, like photography too, but I mean, you don't have like a police, a skill. That's what I mean. You have logic or other things. So for veterinarian, I actually built like a little veterinarian clinic downstairs. I felt this was really odd, but I mean, this house is so odd that it's kind of okay. So I introduced all the things that I think you need to improve the veterinarian skill down there in the basement. I thought I will make it like a small clinic. Moving on. Jungle Adventure brought us archaeology and Salvadorian culture. So for archaeology, I actually added the table thing. I added that in the Magic Tower. The bottom floor of the Magic Tower is just a kind of a mix of everything else that I didn't know where to place exactly, and I didn't want to build a room for it. But of course, you will also have to dig up, authenticate, and study ancient artifacts. So actually, the other one, that is Salvadorian culture, you have to do going to Salvadorada. So I couldn't introduce this. So basically there's nothing else for these skills. You just have to go to Salvadorada. There's only a few of these that are like this, but you know, there's some of them are really complicated to add. Like the skiing skill is not here because you just can't put that big of a thing here in a lot. I don't know if it's even available for us in Build and Buy. Seasons brought flower arranging, and you can do this in a flower arranging table. I put this in the greenhouse. I think I told you before in the previous video because we talked about that. Get Famous included acting and media production. Acting, you can practice in a mirror, and I think in a microphone or something, you can also do some interactions for that. So yes, you have mirrors all around the house, just nothing dedicated to it, but you have that. And then the media production can be built using Mix Master Music Station or the More Views Video Station. Oh, and also with the streaming drone. You have one drone in the video game room downstairs. For the media production, the other two tables, one is upstairs, like in the main floor. When I told you I put like a music space, I put the mixing table there because it kind of fit to have it like on a side there. And then the video production is downstairs in like a little corner I built with really nice views outside to the pool. As I put this big huge windows, I wanted to open it for the pool, and then you can see all water around it. Just like I created a little workspace. It's nothing special, it's not like a dedicated room, but I thought it looked good. Discover University brought research and debate and robotics. So the research and debate thing is in the studio in the main floor. I put a couple of computers, and I also put like the research machine, the archive machine I think is called. And yeah, you can also practice debating on the mirror. Then for robotics, you have to use it robotics table, and I think I put that either in the tower or downstairs somewhere. Yeah, I think it was probably in the Magic Tower. Eco Lifestyle brought on fabrication and juice fizzing. I put the juice machine also where the cupcake thing is, I think, and I also added like a bunch of juices and things. And the fabrication skill you can do with the candle table that is also downstairs. For these two, I just built like a small thing. Like I didn't even build a room, like I just put it in a corner and with a bunch of decoration related to it. So for example, here I just put like a shelf with a bunch of candles, and you can like kind of see that that's like the candle making station. Nifty Knitting brought knitting, of course, and you have knitting supplies, I think upstairs. Yes, in the living room you have knitting supplies. Then Snow Escape brought rock climbing, skiing, and snowboarding. I already told you in the previous videos, but I repeat it here. Skiing and snowboarding you can't do in this house. You have to go to the Snow Escape world. And then rock climbing, you can do this in the rock climbing wall, and that was such a tall object. I always have trouble putting it down, so I had to build like actually a room that goes down a little bit, like lower down the floor. It's actually in the same room as the bowling alley because I could do like a little bit more there, and I thought I could introduce both of them in the same room. You have there the rock climbing wall. Moving on, we just have 3 skills left. For paranormal stuff, we introduced the medium skill. You have to do this in a seance table. And I don't think I introduced a seance table now that I'm thinking about this. I don't know if in the list I consulted I didn't see this, because I would have definitely just started a seance table in a corner for this. But well, if I have to go back to introduce the horse ranch stuff, I can just introduce this one too. Anyway, the last two skills are cross-stitching from cottage living. You can do this with cross-stitching thing that I also put upstairs where the knitting stuff is. So in the living room, I think you have both of them. And then high school year introduced entrepreneur career. Basically, you just have to do jobs to get this skill, so I didn't introduce anything for this. Kind of obvious. So yeah, I think some of these skills are a little hard to say. Let's do a room to build them. A lot of them are possible, some of them are not. I tried my best. Still, I think you can build like 98% of the skills here in this house, which is pretty dope. I think it was such a huge thing to do. It took me forever, but I feel like it's worth it, guys. I don't know, I've seen many builders do real crazy challenges, but I've never seen something like this. And I'm not saying like they can't do it, of course they can, but I don't know why someone didn't think of this and make it a little bit more popular, because it's definitely a challenge to try to put as many skills as you can in one build. Then I can't promise you that this is not going to be buggy when you play, because it's a pretty big lot. It's a 64 by 64, and as you can see, it has a lot of objects and different things, so it might be buggy. I'm not sure. When I play tested it, as I did, I think everything was functional. I playtested anything that I thought could not work. So maybe I haven't playtested all, because you can see there are a lot of things. I think I playtested mainly the basement and the magic tower, because that's where I was a little bit more concerned. As you can see, the magic tower being around, it was a true struggle, but it didn't feel right for me not to be around. And yeah, it was a true struggle, but everything works. Everything that is supposed to work works. And yeah, downstairs, everything that you're supposed to use to build skills also works. So technically, that's okay. Okay, and I always edit the audio, so I'm never sure exactly when to fit it, but this will be the part where I talk through the tour of the house. As I said, this tour is quite big because we have to tour the entire house. So yeah, forgive me for that. There is a sim that I put in the lot to tour the house, and she's uncomfortable the whole way, so you will see her face being uncomfortable there. It's just kind of funny to me when I edit it out. But yeah, basically, I'm just gonna go along with the part of the tour and tell you a little bit of everything. So first of all, we have a pan through the outside of the house, the front. I wanted to put it in live mode because we have like fountains and stuff, and I thought it turned out so pretty. I went for a kind of a mix between rock and wood because I kind of wanted to feel very organic. I never landscaped so much terrain. Like, I love landscaping, but this was so much. Then we have a pathway on one side that goes to the pool, and we have like a little fire pit area. It's really cute. We have a hot tub, also some chairs to lounge. Then in the back we have barns and all. I put all the types of barns you can have, so you could have like at least one of each. You could have a llama, you could have a cow, and then you can have chickens, and I built its own dedicated space, really cute. You can also access in the back corner the magic tower that I've been talking about. I will show you the magic tower later. It's so buggy to show because these round walls are such a nightmare. Then the greenhouse is just super cute. That's on the right side of the house, and I will show you in detail a lot better later. So okay, let's see the magic tower. I thought we were going first into the inside. The magic tower, as you can see in the top floor, is like all very magic-y. I wanted it over cluttered, like just felt very lived in, very like collecting weird stuff type of room. So it took a long while, but it works. It works as a kitchen and it works as everything. As you can see, in the middle floor, we have like a bathroom, a couple of tables for research, and also a bathroom, because I wanted this tower to be a place where you can stay. The lot is really big, so I don't want you to have to run to the house if you have any needs that you need fulfilled, of course. And then the bottom floor, as I said, is just super random with a bunch of stuff. There is like a little bookshelf inside of the stairs. I just kind of wanted to test that. And other than that, just a bunch of machines. It's just really nothing special. Let's go to the greenhouse. The greenhouse is one of my favorite parts of this build too. I find it so cute. I did this before the Greenhouse Haven kit came out. So yes, you will see that there's missing a few things, but still, I find it so cute that I kind of don't want to touch it. The only thing I will probably change is the windows, because I kind of like the new windows for a greenhouse, but I still think that these ones look so good in it. A lot of terrain where you can plant that is covered by a roof, so you can plant all season. On the back of the house, we have like a little deck outside too. I think I have a chess table out there. A couple of other things. I think I have water balloons. But now let's move on to the entrance of the house. It's really huge and has several parts. As I told you, it has like a concert area with a piano, microphone and everything. It has a little reading nook that I just adore. It's so cute. I feel like it's very cozy. On the sides of these parts where you can access the other doors, you just have couches and stuff so you can sit around while you're watching the performance. Then here we're watching the kitchen area and the dining room. I also like the kitchen. It's pretty cluttered, but I think you have plenty of counter space to cook on. I think I didn't show you this bathroom properly in this tour. It was really hard to remember to show you every little corner. The living room is super cozy. We have like a little bit of a mix-match furniture because I wanted to go for that sort of vibe. And I feel like it feels really cozy. You have a record player, kind of old school, just, you know, cushions in front of the fireplace. I know, fire hazard, but just so cozy too. This is the guest bedroom, but it could also be used as a teenage room. I think it has a teenage vibe. A little bit less than the upstairs room, but it could really be done like a teenage room that still has a lot more to add. This is the office space. Basically, I just built like a fireplace moment where you can rest and then a bunch of desk spaces. This is the main bedroom for the owners of the house. It has a walk-in closet, really huge. I spent a lot of time doing that and adding a lot of clutter. Then we have the bed area. I wanted this house to be big, but I didn't want the things to be super luxurious or crazy. I kind of wanted it to have like a very organic feel. Probably the most luxurious little space is this vanity, and this is mainly because my boyfriend always marries Bella Goth. And then there's an ensuite bathroom, of course. Upstairs, there's like a big open space that I never know how to furnish, so I filled it up with a bunch of stuff. Seating with space, space for the pets, because yes, I added that later. And also a little office space, because I thought that if they wanted to work separately, you will kind of like a little other space, not just working in the same room sometimes. I didn't want to close it off. And this is the balcony area I told you about. It's just really cozy. You have a little bit of everything here. I think you could have some nice family time here, but also like some relaxing time, meditating and all. Okay, moving on to the kids' room. It's really busy too. I wanted to include a lot of things that I haven't tried out yet because it's been a while since I played with kids on my gameplay. So I wanted to quickly test out different things and objects that I haven't tried. It's nothing really special. Then the gym. I feel like gyms can't really be that special. Bunch of plants, a bunch of exercising machines, mirrors, and that's all. I love the teenage room. I had a lot of fun cluttering, thinking about that I wanted a room that feels really lived in from a teen. So there's a little bit of everything here. I didn't know if our teens will be a girl or a boy, so I added a little bit of both worlds. It has a walk-in closet, has a vanity area. It also has like a video game area with a bunch of puffs and everything. Then the balcony is also really cute. You have an easel there and a telescope. Okay, we move on to the crazy basement. I don't know how you like the vibes here, but I really like it. I like the materials there. I feel like they look kind of nice. And as I said, I added the cupcake machine, the juice making station I think is there too. As you can see, there's this big like kitchen area too, so you can easily like live down here. You also have a bathroom. Again, I put another bathroom. Here's a bowling alley. I don't know, I find it so much fun with so many lights, the lava lamp. I tried to use like a lot of neon things and those balls from Wedding Stories, I think it is, that I felt were so fitting with the colors and all. A lot of signs, the rock climbing wall that doesn't really fit there, but who cares really? I actually put a door to the pub part, so it's a little bit more private, but then the other part is kind of open because I feel like it will be a little bit more for the people of this house. There is a photo studio that again is kind of boring to do, but I really wanted to. Then I realized that it was kind of boring because there's not a lot of things to add and the items are so huge. The veterinarian area. Nothing really special to say about this. I just clutter it with a bunch of stuff for pets and the machines that you need to use to cure them and all of that. So you could do that in the house. That will be kind of practical because going to the veterinarian all the time is really messy in your gameplay. I kind of hate that. This is the art studio that I did with so much love because I'm an artist myself, if you didn't know, and I wanted it so cluttered and that felt lived on and inspirational. This is the gaming area that I barely show you. There's nothing much to it, just a VR station, a drone, then another computer and a bunch of posters. That's all. This is the build that took me forever. I hope you like it. The build is in the gallery, by the way, so if you want to download it, you can do so there. Again, I don't promise you that it's not going to be buggy because it's a big thing, but maybe you will enjoy the gameplay on it. I hope you like it. Let me know your thoughts below. Which one is your favorite crazy room or your favorite space, maybe, because maybe you like the entire magic tower, for example. I really like all of it, to be honest. There are a few rooms that I had more fun doing, so I think that they're closer like to my heart in that sense. But yeah, that's all for today. Stay tuned for some horse ranch things coming along and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!